Hello and welcome to TXM TV. I'm Anthony Klein, and today we are joined by Rob Chittenden. How are you, Rob?
I'm fine, Anthony.
And we got a special guest here. It's Luciano and Leo.
Hello.
Hi.
And Peter, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we've also got David. How are you, David? And we've got a guest, Mr. Burke. How are you?
G'day, Anthony. G'day, guys.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us. And our special guest as well is Victor Sound. How are you, Victor?
Great, thank you.
Great. And this week is a series where we're all Lean Sensais at TXM and we're sharing our stories. We're sharing our stories about how we learned and also about how we apply those learnings. And one of the best ways to learn is from the people that do the work. And we've got the most inspiring story first. So I just want to share a screen and watch a video. And then we're lucky enough to be joined by the creator of this video, Mr. Leo Peloche. So
hi everyone, Luciano here with my son Leo. Today he's going to present his Kamishibai board. So first of all, Leo, why do we have this board?
So I was forgetting all of my things like my guitar, my library books, and my
homework.
Yeah, my homework.
So why we have there? What we have there?
We have a board. It's on my daily routine or tasks, and each of them has something written in them.
All right.
And it guides me through all of the days, and at the top it's split up in 7 parts, the days of the week, and at the side it's split in 3 parts, the morning, afternoon, and night.
Okay. And what are those cards there?
There are 2-sided. They have their task up here, and in the other side.
And how do you use it?
And so I just look up here. If it's like Tuesday, I go to swim class. If I finish the 2, and if I finish my swim class when I get back home, I flip it over and put it in. And the red ones are the ones that I am still panting on.
All right. Is it helping you to skip forgetting things?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
that's brilliant, Luciano. And with me, you've got a special guest. Luciano, it's Leo. Hi. What inspired you to make that board up, Leo?
Why do you have the board, Leo?
To guide me.
Yeah, you're forgetting doing your things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like forgetting to get the guitar to guitar lessons.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
My homework.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for teaching us all about how to use those Kamishibai boards, and I look forward to using many of them in my life, and especially at home as well, because I often forget things too. So thank you. Fantastic. And that's Rob. What other stories can you share with us?
Yeah, well, some very similar stuff. Being back a very young engineer, being involved down at the Boeing factories here in Port Melbourne, that they would teach us how to do lean the Japanese way. Of course, very similar to Toyota, David. And one of the practical things that I learned very early in the piece was in developing kits. So we would pass parts from the composite shop over to the assembly shop, and literally parts arrive there in different orders and at different times. And we might have had parts in a box and, fit on a rack and all those sorts of things, and some really large parts. But it came down to the operators having to sort them out. And they would spend a lot of time trying to find out what they had. So in one of the workshops, it was, well, let's develop some kitting, and let's try and put all the parts and arrange them for the operators so that they can see at a glance that they have all their parts ready to go for that chipset. And that was great. So the engineers got involved and said, let's start designing something. Let's draw up the foam inlays. Let's get tooling involved. Let's get some proper stuff made so it looks like an aircraft factory. This started to take away. And in the afternoon, after the idea got floated, the sensei comes back and goes, no. What can you do now? All right. And we're all looking at him going, I have no idea what you're talking about. This will take months. And he's going, today. And that really gave me a very important lesson. So we ended up finding some pizza boxes and putting the parts in the pizza box and arranging that for the operators and going, can you work with that? Making our foam inlays out of core flute, all these practical materials that were around the factory. And it taught me 3 basic things: that a 5% improvement today is gold. Do it now rather than wait 3 months. Lean can be really, really fast and have a really big benefit straight off the bat because the operators loved it straight away. And it got buy-in. So rapid prototyping, doing it there and then, got buy-in so much earlier in your Lean program. So that's my little sensei tip from today. Do something that you can today.
That's great, Rob. And it's certainly something that resonates. And it's about also empowering others to solve their problems. Victor, what stories can you share with us?
I really loved Rob's example, rapid prototyping. That's really gels with me. About 20 years ago, I was working with a major organisation doing a 3-day business improvement workshop with their supervisors, accumulating all the problems and issues. And we had it all on the walls and whiteboards. And the next morning, we invited the operations manager in to look at all these, thinking that he'd start to provide some solutions. And Andrew was his name. He walked in and listened to their presentations. And he said, great work, guys, and keep it up. And he just immediately turned around and walked out the door. And he just wanted the guys over the next 2 days to keep working through their solutions. So the message for me is that those who are closest to the problems and issues should try and find their own solutions. If they're imposed by engineers or experts, then there is just no commitment to the ongoing application of those solutions. So that's my tip. Try and get your people to solve their own problems. It may not be the best solution, but at least you'll get commitment to it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. That's a very wise sentiment and well practiced. And Peter, what else can leaders do to help them help change the culture?
Lots of things. I'm going to step back a wee bit and there was listening to Rob's one, and that was a great example. There's just one thing there that I thought I might add to it, Rob, if you don't mind, and that is we used to have situations like that happen all the time where we also have to think about the money that we'd invested for a solution only to find out that it wasn't the right solution and having to come all the way back. So rapid prototyping serves another purpose. It gives us the ability to trial something when it's rough and ready without investing money into something that we find out 2 weeks later doesn't work properly. You agree with that, Rob? Nice.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So anyway, my sensei story, look, a bit like everyone else's, going way back in time. So the title of this is the standard that we set. And one of the first things that I was given was a job to do a 5S project when I was, just stepping out. And so I organized a 5S project at work, and I've got to be honest, really, really happy with it. Everything was done properly, and we had really nice demarcation. I was really proud of the demarcation. Our sensei turns up from Australia for a visit. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting down and showing him all the wonderful work we did, and took him down, and he's looking around and he's doing this, he's like, I'm going, oh, what have we done wrong? And he goes, Pete, look, I've got to be honest, fantastic job. However, what's wrong with that? And what he did was he pointed over to the rubbish bin, and the rubbish bin was sitting in its demarcated area. Unfortunately, the rubbish bin was just slightly outside, around about an inch away from the inside of the demarcated area. And I'm going, how can you be so pedantic? It's only an inch. And the lesson really came down to this. An inch today, a foot tomorrow, a meter the next day, and as long as my leaders don't care where it is, I'm not going to put anything in demarcated areas anymore. So the standard that we set is effective and real. If we want to walk past something and be pedantic and say, that's not quite in the right place, we think we're just being picky. But the reality is we're actually sending a message which reinforces the value of that process to the operator. And then they'll do that to everyone else that comes into the area. And between operators, I'll be going, hey, mate, come on, the bin, make sure it's in the right place. That's my Sensei story, gents.
Okay, that's fantastic. Thanks, Peter. And we're joined by a few people, and I just want to throw the forum open to our visitors. If there's any topics you'd like to share or questions you'd like to ask, please do so now. Just unmute your microphones and chime in. Appreciated. Otherwise, I just want to go back to Luciano and Leo, and thank you very much for a lovely explanation of how Kamishibai works. That's fantastic. Did you enjoy that session?
It's a bit shy, right, Leo?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And so thank you. Is there any other questions from anyone else? No. Well, thank you for joining, and thank you for participating and watching this live production. Remember to comment on our LinkedIn page and email us at txmtv@txm.com. If you'd like to contribute in a more structured way, just dial in 15 to 20 minutes earlier, and we'll slot you in for a formal session. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll have another inspiring Lean Sensei story then. I'm Anthony Klein, and thank you.